All right, good evening. I hope everyone is well. Thank you all, those who are in here. Thank you for being here. I hope you all had a wonderful day and are having a wonderful day. I'm going to go ahead and get started. This was something I want to talk about a few days ago, but I didn't because I forgot. So, sometimes, like, I watch other readers, of course. And there's a theme that I've been hearing lately that I want to talk about. And one of the things that I've been hearing is when readers are reading a lot of times about, this thing of people wanting to siphon people's energy and take their destinies, okay, and all of this shit, right? One key thing that I hear consistently is that the people who are doing this attacking the person they want to steal from, siphon from, kill, destroy, take their destinies, their essence, blah blah blah. One thing that I'm hearing consistently is that they want to. Oh no, is that they feel that the person they are trying to siphon from and take from and steal from, that whatever they're trying to siphon, take, steal, even inheritances, whether it be spiritual inheritance or physical, monetary, and all that type of thing, is that they feel they don't deserve it. They think that the person they're trying to take from doesn't deserve it. But obviously, if they think that the person they're trying to steal from, something that belongs to that person, if they feel that they don't deserve it, that means that they feel that they do deserve it. Okay, which is obviously, I'm like, well, that's delusional. All right, so a lot of times, what they call it, preaching to the choir. Okay, so this isn't so much to those who are in the position of being victimized. You know, this is more so for people who are seeking to victimize someone, steal from them, plot on them, okay, destroy them, siphon their energy, take their destiny, blah blah blah. And more now, but more specifically, because you have your main group and then you have subgroups. So more specifically, not just those who seek to victimize, but those, a subgroup, because not everybody in that group feels that the person doesn't deserve it. Sometimes they just want it. I'm just gonna steal, goddamn. Okay. So not so much. I hope y'all can hear me okay, because I got my remote is all the way over there, and I don't feel like getting up to turn my TV down. And I got my air conditioner on, so I hope you all can hear me okay. All right, but the subgroup, and I'm talking about. Hold on, that's that. The wait a minute. Let me see something real quick. The subgroup in a larger group who feels like the person they are seeking to victimize doesn't deserve it. I'm talking to you today. All right. No, I'm not talking to you like I'm gonna school y'all. I'm gonna teach y'all something. Blah blah blah. This, that, and the other, and be condescending to you. That's not. That's not the place that I'm coming from. Okay. I am. Hold on. I wonder, can you guys? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right. Let me try this again. Okay. I just want to make sure the sound was on. Okay. I'm not. It's not a place of condescension or anything like that. All right. I mean, if you think it's that, then that's so whatever. I don't care. Why? Now I don't have the comments open. Okay. Why? What is it? Okay, why do you think that something that you want to steal from someone? Now, I ain't talking about maybe something they bought or something like that. No, I'm talking about something that is obviously inherently theirs. Whether it be, once again, I heard beauty, but I heard spiritual beauty. Okay, so that could be something out there that people want to steal, siphon their essence. You know, even if it's a financial inheritance, spiritual inheritance, all of that shit. Okay, why do you feel that something that it inherently belongs to someone else or is someone else's, it is essentially, for sometimes some of the shit, it is them? Why do you feel they don't, quote unquote, deserve it? Now, are you saying they don't deserve it because you're just looking for an excuse as to why you want to take it? Okay. Because I hear that and I'm just like, how the fuck does someone feel that something that inherently belongs to something that they maybe were born with, they was knit in a mother's womb with this particular thing, even if it is a financial inheritance, something that was left for them, for that whoever left it, whosoever left it, or wants to give it to that person. What is it in your mind that makes you feel like they don't deserve it, but you do? You deserve something that is not yours, but is theirs. Why would a thief, even if you haven't actually taken it yet, or maybe they took a little bit, you know how they say they siphon a little bit here, siphon a little bit there, got a little bit here, got a little bit there, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so you a thief. You're a fucking thief. Why is it that you feel that person doesn't deserve? What is it? What is it about that person? Because I would think that if a person didn't deserve it, if you felt that that person didn't deserve whatever the fuck it is you think they don't deserve, why would you want something from someone who doesn't deserve something? That means that, okay, let's look at the definition. I'm hot than a motherfucker. I got the air conditioner on, okay, but it's a hot fucking day. Okay, so let's look at the word deserve, okay? It means, I was just Google, no great special dictionary, nothing like that, just Google. Deserve, do something or have or show qualities worthy of reward or punishment. Why would you want something from someone who's unworthy of it? If they're unworthy of it, that means that they're unworthy. Okay, now let's look what unworthy means. Okay, unworthy means not deserving, okay, effort, attention, or respect. So if someone is unworthy, that person, is not deserving effort. They don't deserve effort. They don't deserve attention. Nor do they deserve respect. Why would you want something from someone who don't deserve effort, attention, or respect? Sounds like a pretty low-ass motherfucker. So why would you want something from them, from that person? They don't deserve no goddamn effort. Fuck that person. They ain't even worth it, goddamn. They're not even worth the effort. My effort, who's an ever's effort, is what's being said in the definition. They're not worthy of nobody's goddamn attention, and they're not worthy of nobody's goddamn respect. That means that person is low as shit. Essentially, that's what that means. So if that person ain't worth a goddamn, basically, why would you want something of theirs? Who wants something of someone who ain't worth a goddamn? They don't deserve nobody's effort. They don't deserve nobody's attention, and they don't deserve nobody's respect. Just none. They don't deserve the universe's effort. They don't deserve the universe's attention. They don't deserve the universe's respect. They don't deserve God's effort, God's attention, or God's respect. That person is that fucking low. So why would you choose to steal something from that person? If you thinking along those lines, that would say to me that you must not look at yourself as worthy of attention, respect, or effort. Now you must have a pretty goddamn low view of yourself to want to steal, siphon, and take something. I see somebody mad and rolling their eyes. Don't be mad and rolling your eyes. These are questions. Because sometimes we do things, people do things without any real thought. I was watching a video earlier today that was saying that most people around us are not, they're soulless. Then I saw another video today that said 50% of the people, 50% of the people walking the goddamn earth, they said 50% are soulless beings, or NPCs. Okay. I don't know if that's true, if it's 50%. Obviously we know. But what I'm saying that to say, like, don't just do things without any real thought. That contemplation, Four Swords energy. Think about what it is that you're doing and saying. Because that was one of the things in the first video about most people walking around as soulless. They just scripted. That's what when I often talk about things, people saying things, it's like, what is that based in? That's not based in anything. You're just saying it because that's what the society has told you to say. This goes back to this principalities and powers and rulers of the darkness of this world, of this realm. That's when I was saying before how intricate the system is, how very detailed it is, and how very scripted it is. How it's just like perfect. As you are perfect, but you don't believe you're perfect because you was told you wasn't perfect. So you just say it over and over and over again. I ain't perfect, I ain't perfect, I ain't perfect. But let's get back to this. Okay. Now, so now let's look at something else. Don't be I'm just gonna say this real quick. Don't be wanting shit from somebody. This is freedom teaching here. I'm trying to teach you and show you how to get up out this matrix system. No, I remember one time I was watching Panic, and it was a book that he had that outlined in the book how to get up out of this motherfucker when you die. And he read a passage in there, and he talked about how they showed it in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. And I got the book. I don't have it now, but I did buy the book. I mean, the book, it was one of them kind of books, like, goddamn, you can't just sit here and just read it like once and think, okay, I got it. No, it was that one of them kind of books we had to have probably a dictionary sitting next to you, and you got to read that paragraph over and over and over and over again, okay? A very thick book, very detailed. Now, I don't have all, this is not my teaching. That was his teaching. I'm giving you basic, what did they say the Bible meant? The word Bible, we know, the word Bible, that's not what it means. But they got to break everything into an acronym, like fear, facing everything and rise, or something like that. Okay? No, it's fear, but that's cute. But Bible, what? Basic instructions before leaving Earth. So I'm just here at this point in time. I'm just give you basic instructions on how to get up out this motherfucker. Though how you don't never have to come back to this motherfucker. Because I'll be hearing people talk about in my next lifetime, well, goddamn, you're the master and creator of your own fate, so you determine that you're gonna come back. Maybe some people want to come back. I would never want to come back. I was talking with somebody about this one time, and I said, how you never come back to this motherfucker? And the person said, Well, what if it's a utopia? I don't give a fuck what it is. Okay? And I've been, doing some quiet time, coming to an understanding of why I came in the first place. Okay? But it's not something that I'm really instructed to do. This is something I choose to do, to share just basic information. Okay? Sometimes things are not as complex as we think they are. That's part, because see, that's part of the trickery. That book, I got the book, I started reading the book, I said, hell no, I'll put that book down. Not that anything was wrong with the book or anything like that. I didn't have time, for that kind of in-depth study. And I'm not anything against panic or anything like that. That's not my point. I'm talking about from my point. Okay. But no way in hell I was going to sit there and read that and be confused in a motherfucker and feel like it's hopeless. Goddamn, it's hopeless. I ain't gonna know how to. When I die, I ain't gonna know how to maneuver my way up the hill and to the right. No way that she said go to the left, and then it's a press. So then you gotta go through the. I'm never gonna be able. That's part of the game. That's part of the game. To keep you bound, because your average person is gonna look at that shit, throw it to the side, and say, I can't figure that shit out. Okay? But that's part of the game. The woman may have very well been telling the truth. The author, I'm not saying she wasn't. But I'm saying some things are not as complex as we think they are. Because the way out is what? Within. That's how you get the fuck out. By going within. Now these principalities and rulers, I read that scripture. I'm going to read it again. Let me find it. What was it? There it is. Okay. Rulers, okay, against the... we rest not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the cosmic powers over this present darkness. This is the ESV version, whatever that is, okay? Against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly places. I'm just going to go to the King James version, okay? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is not just church shit. Just like, the Tao Te King. That's not just for Taoism. Just like the various many texts in Hinduism. That's not just for Hinduism. Okay? And what we find with, in Buddhism and the Four Noble Truths and whatnot. That's not just for that. That's another part of the trickery. I can't look at nothing else. I was Christian. I can only read the Bible. I can't read what she talking about because I ain't Christian. That's in that Bible. No. We can find many of the same things in all of these texts from all of these various traditions, philosophies / religions. There are principalities, there are powers, there are rulers of the darkness of this world. And I showed you the scripture in the other video where he said, what did he say? That Satan was the god of this world. Okay, let me see my bra. Okay, but anyway, all right, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Everything is not so complex and got to sound so deep. Okay, because your average person ain't going to absorb that. But that does not mean that the average person has to stay stuck here and bound. No, the way out is within. How do we get up? Like I said at the beginning of my videos when I do my zodiac readings, I have no enemies. The enemies of God have been defeated. Okay, love and goodwill taken care of within. Okay, and I got that from a book. I believe it was The Game of Life and How to Play it. You find it right here on YouTube. You can listen to it. Okay, I ain't listened to the whole thing. Okay, but love and goodwill taken care of within eliminates what? That without. You can have no enemies when you have love and goodwill taken care of within. Like people say, do your shadow work, love yourself. Love is the highest vibration. God is love. Ye are gods. You are love. Go within to understand that that is without. How do we get out of this shit within? How did, what's his name in the movie, Neo, come to the realization of himself? By going, the Oracle, she didn't tell him. And she said, well, you know, basically, I can't tell you, honey, what you're looking for. Shit. Why did she tell him that? Because basically, you got to find that within yourself, not me telling you. And when it got down to the wire, what he found, he saw within himself who he was. Okay? All right. So, back to this. So this is why, you know, I go over the definitions and stuff so that we can understand ourselves and not just allow these principalities who have written these things down for us, however they did it, and etched it into whatever this little realm is that we're living in, that they've taken over. Okay? Satan and them and the God of this world. Now, let's look at something real quick. Okay? Satan and them, you know what I'm saying? And you just saying shit. Who told you that? Just like Malcolm X said, who told you that shit? Who? What is it based in? Why do you believe that? That's just how it is. No, it's not just how it is. Let me see if I can find this real quick. So I'm going to get back to this real quick. I don't want to veer off too much. So, you say that you want, I'm going to take that from them, I'm going to steal it from them, I'm going to siphon the shit out of them, I'm going to take their destinies, when that person is their destiny, when you are walking destiny. What's the destiny? Usually for Americans, they thinking that person's going to be famous. They're going to be a star. They're going to have a lot of money. They're going to have love. Something else that's a part of the system. But okay, we're here, learning, having an experience. If that person doesn't have it at a particular time, they're still, they are their destiny. And guess what? You thieving, siphoning, stealing, are walking in yours. You ain't separate from it. When I had a shit, then I had a this, then I have great life. No, you are a thief. You have, and not only are you a thief, you have plotted and planned it out and have done things. And have got other people involved. Some of those people that got involved, they wanted to. Some of them, again, they're NPCs, background players. You just need fillers. Some of them, you done fucking manipulated their mind, found their weakness, preyed on them, P-R-E-Y. So you are a thief. You get people in all kind of karmic situations, trouble and whatnot, though they should have a mind of their own. Okay? However, all right, so on and so forth. That is your destiny. You are in it. It's not down the road. It's not, you know, up on the stage and before the movie camera. And the paper money in the bank that they're going to get rid of. That they don't give a fuck, these powers and principalities. If you have that shit or not. You will never have what they have as far as they are concerned. It does not equate to wonderful, happy life. Pictures. They want you to look at fucking pictures. That's why the mind, they've done everything to reduce humanity's thought process. Like, what did they say? When I was in the 8th grade, I remember they said that humans used, what was it? Only 20%? Was it 20% of their brain capacity? Goddamn, I'm sure it's much less now. Okay, because back then, people had to actually do, think, critically think. If then, if I do this, then this. There a lot of this shit has gone out the window. And what they put in your hand, a little machine here, okay, which is very convenient. Okay, with nothing but pictures, pictures, pictures. This is how they're treating you. This is what we do with infants, toddlers, when they first, start reading. We read to them and show them what? Pictures. This is what they want to do. Reduce your mind, reduce your thinking abilities and capabilities. It's not just, a nice little fun little app. No. These things are strategically done, and these things have been planned out years ago, some lifetimes ago, decades ago. By who? Rulers that you ain't. Authorities. What did it say again? Powers. Rulers of the darkness of this world. The spiritually wicked who sit where? In high places. Uh-oh. Keep doing that. Okay, so let's look here. Let's get back to this. Now let me just show you this real quick. Satan is the god of this world, 2 Corinthians 4:4. Here it is. Satan, who is the god of this world, has what? Has blinded the minds of those who don't believe. Now, of course, from a Christian perspective, they don't believe, that's what they're going to say, they don't believe in Jesus. No. One thing they used to say was the greatest trick he ever played was to make people think that he did not exist. Okay. Or what the Bible says, what the Bible says, my people perish for what? Lack of knowledge. Here. So let's go back to let me look up something else real quick. Let's look in the Quran. The Quran comes from the same, it's one of the Abrahamic religions, just like Judaism and Christianity. In the Surah Al-Baqarah 2:34, this verse explicitly states, and when we said to the angels, prostrate before Adam, they prostrated except for Iblis, or Satan. He refused and was arrogant and became of the disbelievers. His refusal to bow down was rude. Okay, I'm just going to say read it as it is here. Okay, so some of these things, I don't like to read exactly what they have because they're written with bias. But I'm just going to read it, okay? It says, Iblis' refusal to bow down was rooted in his arrogance and belief that he was superior to Adam because he was created from fire while Adam was created from clay. As a result of his disobedience, Iblis was cast out of paradise and became known as Satan, a symbol of evil and temptation in Islam. There's more to that, but I don't want to speak on it without the proper knowledge. Okay. Rulers of this world. Satan is the god of this world who has blinded the minds of many. He got the energy, the entity, whatever, however you want to look at it. Okay? We're not wrestling against flesh and blood, but against principalities. Once again. Now you may say, what this got to do with what you... Just hold on. Hold on. A principality, what is that? It is the fifth highest order of the ninefold celestial hierarchy. Interesting, right? Okay, let me get back. Against powers, we know what power is. Rule against the rulers of darkness, blah blah. Okay. The minds that got the minds of many. We have an example story. We got two. Where right before the Jesus, he was fasting his 40 days and 40 nights preparing for his execution. For ungrateful motherfuckers. And here comes Satan, 3 temptations. And what was one of the temptations? I give you the world. How can he give him something that was not his? I'll give you the world if you but bow down and worship me. What did Jesus say? Get thee behind me. Now, Jesus didn't say, you can't give me the world, it don't belong to you, this is God's world. No, he didn't say that. He said, just go on now. Get behind me. Then you had the temptations of Siddhartha Gautama, who became known as the Buddha, when he was coming into his enlightenment. Okay. Now let's get back to this deserve thing. I'm just saying, I already went over the point of why would you want something that you feel that from of someone's essence and their spirit and their destinies and all of that kind of shit from an unworthy motherfucker, from somebody who don't deserve respect and none of the rest of that shit. Do something. Now let's look at another side of it. Do something or have or show qualities worthy of. That to me is like saying this person is born with whatever they have, just like you're born with whatever you have. But see, you have allowed the principalities and the rulers and the powers and the blah blah blah, this, that, and the other, to trick you into thinking and believing that who you are and what you are is what? Unworthy. So I see some over there that fits the bill more of what the principalities and the powers and the rulers and the blah 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 say is worthy. I want their shit. I want to be that person. I want to steal their shit, etc., etc., etc. Because you've been lied to about who? About what? Who you are. Ye are gods. Let us make man in our own image. I mean, there's a whole lot of other stuff that going there, but we're just gonna stay right here now with what's simple, just some milk. Okay. Because reality is, you can have all the knowledge in the world. We talked about that when I went over what is love in the scripture. You can have all the knowledge in the fucking world, and that shit don't mean shit. Like the one man said in the video I was watching today, they have knowledge, but they ain't turned book knowledge, but they ain't turned the page over where? Within. How do you get out? You go within. To what? The truth, the soul, where the soul resides, where the soul has been captured and put in a space and place of limitation to keep you prisoner and to keep you bound. And I've said it in videos, for those powers, those principalities, the darkness, they already know they got you. They got you in a state of thievery. That's your destiny. And you're living it out. You with your plotting and your planning, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of essence, a little bit of essence there, and they, this, that, and other beauty, and all of this type of shit. That's your destiny. You're a thief. And it is recorded some goddamn where that such and such is a thief. Now, I don't there are various traditions about what happens, and once you die and abide by, and you'll stand before this one or that one or whatever the case. I'm not going over that right now, but it is recorded. It don't matter what you say, and a lot of times people lie and twist shit, like folks have tried to do to me and have lied on me about wanting something they have, which they don't even fucking want. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying it over and over again. Don't want shit you have. But it is recorded. This person. So you can lie. You can lie to the other human beings and get on the apps with all the pictures that they have created to keep you to make your mind small and keep it small. Such and such is not only a thief, they are a liar. Not only are they a thief, they're and a liar, they are a manipulator. Hold on. There are 6 things that God hates. No, 7 things he detests. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that kill the innocent, a heart that plots evil. So you've plotted evil upon someone else. It's recorded. It don't say God hates you, but God hates that. A lying tongue, you are lying. You're saying that this person is A, B, C, and D. They don't deserve shit, they ain't shit. And you create all kind of lies and gossip about the person to give you some, to try to, what's the word I'm looking for? I'll just say that. Give you some reason to do your bullshit, okay, against that person. Okay. A lying tongue. They kill the innocent. Okay, you're killing them by, I don't mean physically, though this is what they try to do and seek to do and have done. Okay, so you're a murderer. You're a thief, you're a liar, you're a murderer. Okay, feet that race to do wrong, run and do it. A false witness who pours out lies, once again, a liar. A person who sows discord in a family. Okay, these are the things that God hates. And it say God hates the person. Well, it does say a false witness, but whatever. Okay. These are the things that God hates. These are the things that you do. These people in these positions, they do, and this is what they become. This is what they have allowed their destiny. They have forgone their destiny, which what I would imagine would be something in love, since ye are gods and God is love. To become a liar, a murderer, a thief, a manipulator, a shit starter, so on and so forth. You have forgone your destiny, and that is the destiny. Forget that person that you're trying to steal from. That is the destiny that you walk in now. Whether you do your black magic, whatever it is motherfuckers do to get somebody else's shit, don't matter. That is your, because you got it through lying, thieving, manipulating, murder, so on and so forth. All right. Now, but this whole thing, let's get back to this about deserving. That's like saying someone has put in some kind of work. Whether they put in the work in their present life, maybe some past lives, or hell, maybe it's just in their fucking bloodline and somebody else in that bloodline did some kind of work. Okay, like for example, a wealthy family. I'm wealthy, not just rich, wealth. Like let's say old wealth, generational. Somebody somewhere down the line, up the line, did something to bring in that kind of wealth, and they brought in enough wealth that it has lasted many generations in their family. Well, you may say, well, maybe some people in the generation don't deserve it. They absolutely do. We are our ancestors. They come from a bloodline that is willing to put in the work that is necessary to obtain a certain kind of wealth. We'll just leave it at that for right now. but they also do because they're in that bloodline, whether you like it or not. Has nothing to do with you. Mind your business. If you mind your business and stay in your fucking lane, you possibly could do the work that that person's ancestor did to obtain that kind of wealth, even if it's a spiritual wealth. It's a great spiritual inheritance. That's like saying somebody don't deserve something. They put the motherfucking work in. They went to school. They walking across the stage on graduation day to get their goddamn diploma. And here your motherfucking ass come up on the stage, push them out the way, take it up out their hand and say they don't deserve it. Excuse me? Let's go back and look. They applied to the school, got their motherfucking ass in. They were accepted. So they did some kind of work for the school, the institution, to find them to be acceptable to come to their institution and learn. They signed up, got their ass up out of the motherfucking bed, went to their counselors or wherever they got to go to sign up for their classes each and every semester, went to their motherfucking classes, sat in on the classes, took the notes, studied, passed the test, did the work that needed to be done, till they got to the place where 4 years later, however many years later, here now you are deserving of this diploma while you have shown and proved yourself worthy because you put in the work. But here come a thieving motherfucker who's jealous. Why are you jealous? Because someone told you to be jealous? Because powers and principalities told you to be jealous? To keep you, they have told you that that person is better than you because they put in some time and did the work necessary to get that paper. So you're jealous because you've been told that they got something that you ain't got, but yet you can go get it as well. The powers and principalities didn't tell you, motherfucker, you can't go get it. It's open here for everyone. I don't have to, no. We don't do excuses. If you make excuses, then you have already proven that you are not worthy. You are not worthy to go within and love on yourself enough within to climb higher. To go up some great ladder that you feel means something. You don't believe yourself worthy, but you believe yourself worthy enough to make a spectacle of yourself, to go knock somebody over off on a stage and take the diploma up out of their hand, confirmation that they absolutely worked for, and say they don't deserve it. And the principalities and the powers look at you and say, that one will most definitely be back. More power for us to suck off of. It's not logical. It's delusional. And instead of lying even more to yourself and to others by saying that person doesn't deserve it, just stop lying and lying and lying and lying and lying and adding on more lies and more lies and more lies and more lies to make yourself feel that it's okay to be a lie, to be what God hates, to be what you hate. Ye are gods. How do you get out? By going within. Proverbs 4:7. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get what? Understanding. This scripture emphasizes the importance of both wisdom and understanding, suggesting that acquiring wisdom should be a priority and that understanding should be sought alongside with other gains. Understand yourself. Understand truly who and what you are up against. This is This is ginger aid. That's what I'm calling it, ginger aid. Or ginger beer. I love ginger beer. I saw a video on how to make it the other day. I put a little bit too much water in it. It's not enough ginger, but it's still good. And we know ginger is very good for you. All right, anyway. Don't allow yourself to lie to yourself. You damn sure gonna be stuck and come back to this motherfucker. I sit at times and ask myself, I have. Why the fuck am I here? Okay. Why the fuck am I here? You know, people always want to, what's my purpose? And for years, I would ask, what's my purpose? For years, I'm here to live. No more, no fucking less. To live. But what about these gifts? And I can do this and I can do that. You can do that if you want to. I'm not saying this for you. I'm talking about me. It's not about you. It's about me. You do that shit if you want to do it. You don't have to. I do not I don't feel nor believe. Now I know I've lived quote unquote other lives. And I believe that I've lived other lives on earth. I believe because I have been told this is my first life here. Now when I say I've been told, I don't mean by no reader, no crazy scruffy animal over there, no goddamn body else. And I was told this years ago, long before there was a fucking YouTube. I'm just giving you what I know. Basic information. Now if you want to come back to this motherfucker, fine. I don't. And I won't. I won't be. So I'm just trying to give you some basic, nothing complicated, because people like that complicated, complex stuff. Yeah, that's deep. I like that shit too. But this is just basic shit. Basic. Nothing deep. And, you know, the great spiritual masters and all of that type of shit. It's just some basic shit. But they're counting on that, what? Blinding the minds of many, and you will not believe. Think. Love yourself. Not nobody else in their shit. Now, there's more that goes into it, which I'll do another video. I ain't gonna talk about it, because Scruffy the Animal and who's another else gonna steal and say it's days, and I's copying off of them. Please. If you haven't worked for something, you don't deserve shit. If you gotta steal and lie and thieve and manipulate and siphon up off somebody and tries to destiny swap and all of that bullshit, you don't deserve a fucking thing of theirs. You deserve what's yours, and they deserve what's theirs. You have no right in any way, shape, or form to come about your mouth talking about somebody don't deserve something. You are not their God. And you're not even acting like your own. You are not allowing yourself to be in charge of your universe. You are allowing powers, principalities of the darkness of this world, and they're giving me permission to tell you all this shit. You know how they say, they gotta show you the truth. And they do. They have allowed me to show you the truth. You ain't listen though. Some of you now. It is what it is. Okay. But you deserve what's yours. And if this world means so much to you, and this little paper monopoly money they have so you can go buy you a house and a cute little car that's gonna fucking break down and all of that type of shit. They got some nice shit here in fucking 3D. They do. Or it's so important for you for human beings to give you some kind of praise and worship and all of that kind of shit, because they can see, and the motherfuckers that's coming in here, y'all trying, but you're not getting through. But in all the pictures and all of that type of shit, and it's so important because of goddamn nation, and all the pictures and all of that shit is so fucking important for you, for other human beings to look at you with some kind of fucking worthy, like some kind of praise and all of that type of shit. And you put in some fucking work for that shit. And you come on back and keep coming back and keep coming back while they keep cycling you and playing with your fucking mind, encapsulating your soul in the flesh. You just keep on. But for the others who like, fuck this, I'm out. I want to be truly free. I want my soul to be free. Soul is limitless. Remember that movie Limitless? That was a good motherfucking movie. Limitless, it is boundless. In the flesh, we become limited. And I'll explain. I did a talk on it on here on religious studies and Hinduism. Hinduism, one of the oldest. They can't so old they can't find who's the founder. Goddamn, we don't know. We can't find the founder. Goddamn. That's how old it is. It's right in there and shows you how human beings have been put into limitations. This ain't just me saying some shit. And they told you in Hinduism how this shit is Maya. It is illusion. If you want to come back to the illusion, fine. That don't mean still lie, thief, and all of that kind of shit and not live in your God status. Ye are gods. That the shit God hates. And keep the world in a fucking loop. It's supposed to be a place of learning. That's what they say. Shit, I don't know. The earth's supposed to be a place of learning. Okay. Well, they sure stopped that shit, didn't they? Well, they did pretty damn good. And I'm here, and they're not done yet. They're not finished yet. But they have allowed me to do this, to share these things with you. Very simple. You may say, how you know? It's in my blood. Talk about the secret societies and all of that shit. And they have all the occultic knowledge. I was born in 5 of them. I think about 5. Definitely 4. That's all I know. All right. That's it. I'll be back later. You all have favor. Peace.